Thanks for tuning in to the Australia in 12-day cruise around New Zealand. We're getting ready to set sail today, which is Friday, February the 16th, from the Circular Quay Harbor in Sydney, Australia. And it happens to be 70 degrees outside and cloudy. The morning started off with a visit to the swimming pool and the whirlpool. I didn't get in those, but I did go to the gym. The spin bike was available, so I opened a 20-minute YouTube spin video instructor-led session. There were maybe 6 others in the gym working out too. Then over to the sauna for 10 minutes. Back in the room to shower, dress, warm up the egg, bacon, hash brown barbecue sauce wrap that was left over from yesterday. Finished packing to be in the lobby by 10 to catch the shuttle van by 10:15. We reach the dock, drop off our luggage to be loaded on the ship, and off to visit Circular Quay one more time before we depart. I need to be back by 12 o'clock for my check-in time, so a little shopping for a kangaroo hat again. The prices range from 58 to 159 Australian dollars. I just couldn't buy a hat because I don't know where or if I'd even wear it when I get home. So just to fill you in on the cruising itinerary, we're going to be leaving Sydney, which is kind of on the southeast side of Australia. We're going to be heading east for 2 days for what they call Fun Days at Sea. We're going to go towards the bottom, the south side of New Zealand, and on day 4 we'll be cruising the Fiordland National Park. Then we'll be heading a little northeast toward Port Chalmers, also known as the Dunedin area, on day 5. Day 6 we're continuing north for a fun day at sea. Then day 7 is in Wellington. Day 8 at Napier. Day 9 at Tauranga. Day 10, which is at the top of New Zealand, is the Bay of Islands. And then we're going to be heading west again for day 11 and 12 for days at seas. And then we will dock once again at Sydney. As you can see over my shoulder, I am now on the ship. That is a view of the overseas passenger terminal where we had just to make sure our tickets were correct. We had to go through passport or customs check. I think there was even a place where we had to dispense of any extra liquids that we had in our open containers. They had to be poured out. But I'm finally on the ship, ready to sail through or by the Sydney Harbor Bridge and headed out to sea. So this is going to be a great trip, and I hope you come along with me. After looking at all my pictures, it appears the first photos that I took was of supper our first night. I had meatballs, salmon, and some ice cream for supper. There's a fun story behind this photo. On social media, I believe it was Facebook, they have groups that you can join when you're going on a cruise, and you can connect with people that are on that cruise also and just talk about stuff. And it came in very handy later on the cruise. But this particular fella had posted that he had posted a picture of himself wearing this blue and white outfit with the anchor on it and the hat, and said something about my name is Dan and hope to see you on the ship. Well, after supper, I was on my way to this, I think, a Spectacular Lounge for the first production that night, and I happened to see him, and of course I had to stop and ask for my picture with him. So it was his wife or girlfriend. There was a female that was with him, and she took a couple of pictures of us together, and I just thought that is so cool that I happened to run into this guy, and I just had to share it. The
first night entertainment was great, and you're going to see that it kept drawing us back for more and more and more. So if you ever on a cruise, please take in the productions that they put on. The on-ship groups are spectacular, and they also have or invite other acts to come in and perform also. So I'll be showing some of those too, but I do highly encourage you to take in the shows that the ship offers. The first morning on the cruise started with me going for the walk a mile on the jogging track. It was on our list of things to do to get started, and one lap is 172 yards. 10 laps around the track was 1 mile. And here's a picture of a mother-daughter that I met, and then a photo of some of the folks that were with us on our cruise. There was 11 of us on this cruise together, and it was very breezy up there at the top of the ship, but I mean, for goodness sake, of course it's going to be breezy. You're sailing through the ocean, going I don't know how many mile per hour or knots, I think it's called knots, but it's pretty breezy out there. But we had a good time that morning out walking on the track. Another activity that I participated in was the dance lessons that they offered on the cruise ship. And this happens to be Tony. He's from Australia, and he was my dance partner many times. And he ended up being, or maybe he already was like a celebrity on the cruise ship. People knew him, and it was fun being his partner on the dance floor. Time for lunch, and today we had barbecue, or at least a couple of us had barbecue, and here is what we selected from the buffet. Okay, a little earlier I mentioned the Facebook group for the cruise group on there. Well, as I was unpacking, I noticed that a pair of my pants that I had brought along had a hole in one of the seams. So I got on the Facebook group, asked if anybody had a needle and thread that I could use just to message me, and we connected up, and I found out what their room number was. They had left the needle thread sewing packet thing in their little mailbox. So I went down to their room, sewed up my pants so that I could wear it later on the cruise, and it was such a handy way to connect with people, and I was very thankful that somebody had needle and thread that I could use. For supper tonight, I had a salad, a piece of fish, a baked potato, and a pastry that had meat inside of it, and then some ice cream. Now it's time for Viva Variety, Martin Ralph, Unbalanced Fun.
12 years ago, I dreamt about building the biggest spinning top in the world. I then spent thousands of hours designing, building, and rehearsing to get to this point. It is dangerous, it is unique, and it is a world record. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy and clap along.
Well, our first full day at sea has come to a close, and I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, so please subscribe and check out the other Sydney, Australia adventures and the New Zealand cruise videos. Take care. Okay, just one more video here. This was one of the laps that I was doing before the Walk a Mile event that was taking place that morning on the ship, and I just wanted to share with you the noises or the sounds of the breeze, the views that you get. And I typically walk and run with a hat on, but you just can't do it at the top of the ship very easily. So just take a listen to the sound of the breeze and some of the sights. Another lap down.